In today's video, we take a look at a woman who divorced a husband who was wrapped around her finger, and this man who refuses to buy an expensive bag for this woman.
I'm gonna go in the store. You said you was taking me shopping.
Come on, I was taking you shopping, but not no Louis Vuitton.
This is where I want to go shopping at. Where
Come
else
on.
you thought we was finna go?
Man, come on, Forever 21. What you on? I'm not finna take you to Louis
Forever
Vuitton.
21, boy. I'm not no Forever 21 ass.
Come on, man.
What you talking
You
about?
tripping, man. We going to
No,
Forever
come
21,
on,
dude.
we're going to Louis Vuitton.
Come on, dude. I haven't even been knowing you for that long. This is our second date, dude. You
Okay,
tripping,
so
bro.
if you want to date me, you need to be able to keep up.
First, it's the guy's fault to even take her to shopping when he does not even know her properly, and their relationship is only 2 dates old. And secondly, this woman needs to chill out. Who does she think she is to demand such an expensive gift right after the second date? Because if she doesn't, then there is a good chance she would regret her decisions in the future, as shown in this clip here.
Woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage now that her ex-husband is happily remarried. The 41-year-old woman shared to the True Off My Chest subreddit that she left her husband around 10 years ago, shortly after they'd had their first child together. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burnt him out. When he grew tired of her demands, she started threatening divorce. She thought she was still a great catch and that she could do better than her husband, so she left. She ended up getting joint custody of her son and the house after the divorce. Now, 10 years later, the ex-husband is happily remarried with a baby daughter and a new house. The divorced woman, on the other hand, has been unmarried ever since. She's jealous of her ex-husband's new wife, saying, "She took my husband, she took my kid, she took my life that was once mine, and now I live in an empty house." She claims she is alone and miserable and wishes she would have been a better wife 10 years ago so she wouldn't be in this situation. As you can probably imagine, not many people were very sympathetic towards this woman. "You got what you deserved and he got what he deserved," one Redditor commented. Others noted that the new wife didn't take anything from her, with one saying, "You gave it away." This woman's story may end in bitterness and guilt, but that's not the case for most divorcees. According to research derived from family law attorneys, 80% of divorcees end up remarried. While divorce is a valid option in many situations, it's not always the solution. It takes two to make things work, and many people believe this woman reaped what she sowed.
How foolish can someone be? You have got a man who is providing everything you need in your life. You are a stay-at-home mom who just needs to do the basic work needed to maintain a house, and instead of doing that, you are threatening to divorce him just so you can establish your dominance over him. You deserve everything that you got in your life, and so does this woman here in this clip.
So I'm finally about to go on my first date from the matchmaker. He's an English professor. And I'm a writer, so we've got that in common. It's been a long time coming, and I think I look okay, and I'm about to go meet him right now. Okay, I am back in my garage. Interesting. Pros. We have a lot in common. He's articulate. Both like to travel, we both like to read, we both like music, all that stuff. Cons. I can't tell how conservative he is. He said he only got the vaccine because he needed to for work. He said something else vaguely about Trump, liking one thing that Trump actually did right. So I couldn't tell, and I wasn't going to veer into that. So that's one thing. I don't know if we're going to get along politically. Second thing, I'm just not physically attracted to him. I might give it a second date, or we'll just have conversations in between. Let's see.
You look like a 50-year-old sack of potatoes which is about to be thrown away, and you have the nerve to say that in your life situation you are not attracted to a man who is a professor, and if you have such an absurd list of demands that a man has to fulfill, then I think you are better off alone in your own company, and so is this woman here.
Hi everyone, here is part 1 of dating in your 50s. So it's probably one of the most difficult things I think going. Dating in your 50s on these, dating sites and apps is like trying to figure out the friggin' Rubik's Cube from the 80s. It's impossible. It's impossible and it's frustrating. and I just want to take the phone and slam it up against the wall. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's so hard to find somebody. Is it that everybody's completely broken? I don't want to go on a date and hear about, 3 hours of why your wife left you or why you left your wife. No. Ask me some questions. People sit there and they say nothing. How could you not have anything to say? I'm meeting you for the first time and you've got nothing. I hear crickets. You should have 10 million questions to ask right off the bat. Done. Bye-bye. See you later. Now, I'm an independent woman. I own my own business. I work hard. I like to do fun things. I like kayaking. I like boating. I like to go paintballing. I've gone hatchet throwing. I've done Spartan races. I had a guy tell me once that because I did those things that I participated in extremely violent extracurricular activities. Are you serious? Are you serious? And what do you do for fun? I'll tell you what he did. He collected autographs. Nothing wrong with that. However, do not tell me that because I like to be active and do fun things, that those are extremely violent extracurricular activities. All right. So you know what? All I'm saying is I am taking applications. Taking applications now. If you are single, if you're in the New Jersey area, and you like to do fun things, let me know. Let me know where you're all at, because they're certainly not on the dating apps, which I'm done with and deleting. All right. Have a great day.
Says, Patrick, this is very hard for me to say this. And let me tell you why it's very hard. I said, what's that? She says, ever since in high school, I wanted to prove to men that I can beat them. So when I graduated high school and college, I opened up my salon. We do very well. I've made millions of dollars. My people and my work that work at the salon, they do very well for themselves. I drive a nice car. I have a nice house. I have money. I have millions. I don't worry about any of that stuff. You know what decision I made last night? I said, what's that? She says, I want a husband. I no longer want to compete with men. I need them. And I'm like, what? She's saying this in front of 2,000 people with her sister sitting right next to her. And now she's getting emotional. How many 65-year-old women do we have to hear saying that I marched with the feminist movement and I bought into the fact that men are the enemy? I've never been married. I'm alone and I'm miserable and I wish I would have never bought into that philosophy.
A few more. Before women realize that things they have been listening to are nothing but a farce, and that women need men in their life for survival and their happiness. And fortunately, the change is happening. A lot more women are starting to accept the facts of their life, as shown in this clip here.
My mom raised me to go, never cook for any man. You're going to be successful. You're not going to have kids until you're in your 30s or 40s. You're always going to take care of yourself first, because this is what she wanted for herself.
Right.
And she filled me with all of this. And I was like, this is what I want. I am not going to cook for any man. I'm going to be a feminist. And it wasn't really what I wanted. I didn't want, it's so fucking hard, right? In this Me Too movement, whatever. But I don't want to be equal, the same as my man. I think that there is a man and there is a woman. And I think that's okay. We don't do the same things and we don't serve the same function in a household. But I didn't really know myself well enough to know that I am much more traditional, I realized, than I wanted to be cooler than I am.